Good afternoon, matriculants, and welcome to the Get Real Life Sciences segment. And this is the part of the show where we actually connect the stuff that you learn in class to every other thing that happens in society. Now, you might want to remember that quite a few people say that they actually prefer bottled water that you buy at the shop as opposed to tap water. Now, a research question that can actually come out of this is that, is it possible to actually taste the difference between tap water and bottled water? And remember that your hypothesis is actually what we call a testable guess. So a possible hypothesis from this would be that it is not possible to reliably tell the difference between bottled and tap water. Now, starting with the research, earlier on today, I got 10 people to come into studio, all right? And in the morning, I put 3 sets or bottles of bottled water in the fridge with 1 bottle of tap water. So what I did is that I took these 6 cups and poured 3 cups of 30 milliliters into each. In other words, we have 3 sets of tap water and we have 3 sets of bottled water. Okay, so these 10 people then came into studio to actually check whether they can taste the difference or not. And after that, I actually went on to a results table that looks like this, that will actually tell how many people think which one is bottled water and which one is not bottled water. For example, I just taste sample number B and I'd actually tell whether I think it's bottled or whether it's tap water, So after that, these were the results that I got. You can see, for example, here, sample A, 5 people actually thought it was bottled water. 5 people thought it was tap water. Sample C, for example, 3 people thought it was bottled water and 7 people thought it was tap water. Now, let's look at the actual bottled water and the actual tap water. As you can see on your screen, the highlighted parts were the ones that were actually the bottled water. And you can see that it was actually sample A, sample D, and sample F. And if you can see at sample A, 5 people thought it was bottled and 5 people thought it was tap water. So going back to a hypothesis that suggested that people cannot really tell the difference between the two without actually tasting it or with tasting it. So the results here actually show us that the hypothesis is actually true. Looking at, for example, even sample number F, the numbers were even. 5 thought it was bottled, 5 thought it was tap water. So generally, the hypothesis was proved to be true. So at this stage, you finish the scientific method. You start with your research question, hypothesis, all the processes in between, and after that you get your conclusion or your results from your conclusion. So until next time, remember, practice makes perfect.